Yo, welcome back, guys, to another podcast reaction. I think I did this, what was this? Like on Thursday. The one that's in production, this is also. And that, probably release on a Monday. That's scheduled, but I can't believe I'm watching doing this like the day after. Recording the day after. For one. So, anyways, we're doing Glass Animal. This is one with Glass Animal. Experience about heat waves and stuff, whatever. Let's find out what this is all about. Honestly. I think I skipped one, so this is like a makeup one. So. Okay. Let's actually find out what this is actually.
Festivals like banning pineapples because there were so many people bringing sneaking pineapple. Not even dangerous. I don't know why they banned it, but they're very healthy. They're good. People need to eat at festivals.
Yeah.
Hello, beautiful human. We ready to go? I'm Zach. That's Stanley.
Yep.
Welcome to the studio. Dave Bailey, but you are known as Glass Animals, right?
Yeah. It sounds weird hearing that actually, somehow. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You're talking about performing for the first time in a while. How long has it been since you performed?
Oh, whoa. Good question. End of 22 was the last time we performed.
So what's the deal? Do you practice, grab a rehearsal room
like
extensively, or you just
almost.
literally show up to the venue night of performance and figure it out?
I mean, there's a little bit of that. It's so different being on stage to rehearsing in like a studio space, a rehearsal space.
Right.
It's just, as soon as there are people there, it's like the intensity is 100-fold.
Right.
It's bonkers. So
Everything
feels like you're running for the first time again. Feels like you're like getting on that bike for the first time in a long time. Comes back, but you miss the pedals a couple times.
Do you need the pressure of the people and the performance actually closing in on you to figure that out in a way that's not just efficient but effective?
I think it's important. It's important. So that's what we were doing last night was like we did it in the middle of the desert. So anyone who wanted to come could come, but it was an effort. They wanted to be there. It took them like 3 hours to drive there in the middle of nowhere.
Well,
and
so you also better put on a fucking show.
Well, that was what I didn't realize till I walked on the stage. I was like, God, these people have driven 3 hours. Oh my God, we gotta
they worked hard.
Can't get out of this easy. But yeah, we sprinkled a couple little presents in there. We played a tiny bit and something unreleased. That totally backfired because we kind of was like, should we just try a little bit of this one song that we've never played before live? And everyone was like, yeah, and played it just the first 40 seconds, and then I was like, cool, that's enough. That's enough. And we got booed.
Was it bad?
It was like a cheeky boo. No. They wanted to hear the rest of it, and I was like, we can't actually play the rest of it. I'm so sorry. That's as much as we can actually play of that song.
Because you don't know how, or why did it stop there?
We just have, we could probably just about hack our way through, but I wouldn't want to put that on them.
So what is the deal with that? Because you all have known each other for so long at this point. You've been making music for a very long time. Not every band could just get together and not have to practice really before performing, for the first time in 2 years. There has to be some connectivity that's been established and
we've known each other that long.
Yeah, the muscle's crazy.
They're also good players. The guys are really good players. They're jazzy. They can do whatever. For them playing these songs it's probably relatively easy. I'm sure that they're tough parts. They're very difficult parts, but for the most part, when you can go it's not so hard to just go dun dun dun. Yeah.
Can you explain to me that process? Do you craft this album and then bring it to them and figure out how to bring it to life, or are they involved in the studio process? What is it like?
It's kind of a back and forth. I came to LA to do some pop writing stuff and got sick. It's actually quite a long story. I'll do the very short version. But I kind of wrote it, demoed it out, and did the kind of loose,
no.
like just basic
Yeah.
basic versions of the
Right.
songs. Then we take it into the
Yeah,
studio
well,
and we
I
kind of
see.
play everything well and properly and
Because
with a little more pizzazz and spice. I make a demo
September 9th,
and then we try to improve on it.
Yeah, sure.
They poke holes in it.
You can give us a longer story
Oh.
because you come to LA to do this pop writing in a mental state that was rather, I mean, it was unique, right? Like you were facing a really unique problem that very, very few people will face. But I think more people will face it, artists will face it between the years 2019 and now than like ever before, right? This idea that you have one of the biggest songs in the world changes your life totally and completely.
Yeah. It was odd.
Do you remember the first time you realized your life was different forever?
I think I'm still like easing into that feeling. It takes a minute to get used to, because I think I'm quite a shy person and like to keep to myself, just like chill with my dog and slowly. I don't know. A lot of expectations. I guess you're expected to be quite like a social media and very like visible the whole time, and I'm not. I don't know. I don't like being visible. I even get freaked out going on stage, to be completely honest. It's easy when you see the crowd and everyone's like really warm and smiling and lovely. It actually feels like a nice like hug. But beforehand, I'm jittery.
But I can also kind of make the case that one of the reasons for your success is kind of the mystery and the fact that there wasn't so much like. I remember when that song came out and we were on the real radio at the time, like 80 or 90 radio stations all over the country. Like it was, there's no song bigger than your record, right? But like there was something about the mystery of not knowing exactly who it was and who you all were that kind of lent itself to its growth and success, I think.
Arta, no one knew the monster.
Yeah,
behind
that's
No idea.
Yeah, that's probably
disgusting
like this still.
British character behind the
It
song.
was surprised
No,
to
I
it, right?
think I didn't really see any of that. I think that lent
think so.
lent itself to like the whole very strange feeling before writing this record, which was I felt very detached from it all. I was literally the whole pandemic sitting in my underpants eating cereal and like trying to cook for myself and
yeah, he waited
feeding my
still,
dog
like, the
and
top 10,
teaching him
the
tricks that
one
completely pointless.
going
But
Spotify,
it just felt like all of that was happening in like a parallel universe
Totally.
almost. I don't know. It just felt very detached from it all. And even when the tour started after that, it was very much we're in a tour bus. There was no insurance for touring artists against COVID. So if someone got COVID, you miss 2 weeks of shows, you're done. That's it. It's like game over in the red. So I think a lot of people were pulling their tours for that reason, probably. But we decided we kind of had to do it. That was how we survived. And it just felt very, from the bus onto the stage, these huge, like explosive moments of joy and happiness and togetherness and like seeing this crowd and the song and the album connecting. And then back in the tour bus, we would just have to like watch it all happen again and getting like email updates about numbers and albums and tickets and things like that.
But then all of a sudden it comes crashing down, like, or not, reality becomes super in focus, right? That like there is a moment where you realize that this song is fucking massive, right?
Well, yeah, I guess after the tour, the pressure of like having to
what's next?
Make it through the tour. Yeah, it was what's next. And I just ended up, I was doing a lot of writing, working on a lot of other people's records, and I loved it. I learned so much, like worked with some incredible songwriters, learned a huge amount, and was just bouncing around, doing all that, doing kind of, I don't know, just doing the stuff that you're kind of meant to do when you make music.
Why were you called to be working on other people's music and not your own?
I think people wanted to collaborate and write. I don't know. The album did well, and I loved it. I got to work with some of my favorite songwriters, and.
But were they writing for you, or were you writing for them?
I was writing and producing for them, but I think there was also the kind of call to people wanted to come work on our next record as well. But I tried it a couple of times and I just felt a bit like it never felt quite right. I think it didn't feel quite right, and that kind of takes me back to this house to when I came to LA to do those sessions. I got stuck in this house. I booked this Airbnb. It was a bargain. I was like, why is this so cheap? It's like a whole house. It's like chips. And then got there and realized why it was so cheap. It's like falling off a cliff, essentially. It's a beautiful place, and the view is amazing. You look out over the valley, and it's like really, really nice. But it's one of those like stilt houses.
Terrifying.
Terrifying.
scary, yeah.
Absolutely terrifying. And so I was in this house, and I got
Terrifying.
I think I got the flu or something, so I cancelled all my sessions. So I was meant to be doing all the writing sessions, and it started to rain. Like the atmospheric river came. Do you remember that? Were you here for that? When it was like crazy rain, and there's stuff like tumbling down the side of this mountain, trees, like trash buckets, all this stuff, and I'm like, that's going to be me in 10 minutes. I'm going down. I'm dead. And I can't leave. Like the roads are flooded. I'm stuck up here. I'm just cooking myself, getting through. I had bought myself like some peanut butter, some jelly, and some eggs before moving into this house, just so I had something to keep going. And it's like rationing my eggs. It's like one a day. It's like, this will get me through. A little bit of jam. Just like getting through. It's like, this is the end. This is really it. And but it forced me to like. It was like this imposed helplessness, and had to be alone. And that was when it clicked. It was like, this is actually like probably where I'm the most comfortable to make music. It's just like on my own. I started writing there in that house and wrote the whole thing in like 2.5 weeks.
So you really go to LA with the intention of writing for other people, but then because nature literally forces you to be alone, you end up writing an entire album for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels really selfish when you put it like that.
No, it's awesome.
No,
The universe needed this to happen.
it felt, I don't know. Yeah,
so did
I
you.
guess it was a weird strike, and I'm not dead, so that's the other thing. Like
Yeah, and you-
something was aligned.
You have an album full of love
Yeah.
songs, correct?
Yeah, and then,
Yeah.
it happened. In the face of death, you write
You're right
fast.
back, guy.
I did. I had to get it out before the doom, before the end.
But did you do it really all by yourself?
Oh, yeah.
The writing,
Right.
yeah.
Hear about
The
next
writing
time
and the
about the album.
production. Yeah, we didn't actually work with anyone else on this record.
So also at the same time, you have all these producers and all these cool people wanting to work with you because you've had the biggest song in a long time, and it's just you.
Yeah, it just felt. I mean, it just felt a bit more natural, I guess is the way to phrase it. You can't make. I think. You know what? I was thinking about this the other day, and I basically realized you can't. I'm quite self-conscious and quite like shy, as I said. But when it's just you can't really make any mistakes. You can't really say anything too. You can't say anything wrong. You can make the mistakes and then just rub them out. No one's ever gonna know. So you can try stuff. You can really experiment. You can push yourself and not feel self-conscious if you do something wrong.
How do you know you're making mistakes?
If it's crap, I think.
You feel it?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe there's I think I wrote like 60 songs for this album in total.
And we
Maybe
have 10.
I've put 10 on the record. I've really like refined it down. I didn't want any song to do the same as another song. I wanted them all to like fit these different, they just fit together, and none of them touched on the same ground, really.
Are you using a theremin on the first song? Do you know what a theremin is?
Oh, yeah.
You
No,
are.
it does sound like a theremin, doesn't it? That's a
Yeah.
guitar. That's a guitar with like a slide.
Sick.
Pretty similar though.
My producer brought it to me. She's like, listen to this. What is this? And I'm like, I thought it was a fucking theremin.
I wish I had a theremin.
Yeah, they're kind of hard to come by these days, I think. I don't know.
All that stuff is so expensive now, but you don't.
It's nuts.
You don't need so much. I was stuck in that house with I had a guitar and like a tiny little like interface thing that I could plug the guitar into and record it, and I had a little 25-note keyboard, and that was. You can write anything like that.
So when you're working alone, how do you know something's done?
Let Intuit generate marketing campaigns to grow your business. Intuit, your way to money.
You need 3 cushy layers of protein.
That's another good question. Sometimes you don't. I'm a really, really big advocate of giving yourself a deadline, and I think you just have to remember that a song and an album in particular is like a picture. It's like a portrait of what you can do at that period of time. It's like a newspaper almost, because you could just keep refining and you change as a person, and you keep changing as life goes on. So you would just keep changing
I'm
the
back,
music
guy.
as you learn and as you get hopefully better
Yeah.
or worse.
Yeah.
You'd keep changing the tunes and adapting them, and you could do that for your whole life if you wanted to. But
Yeah.
I set a hard deadline.
When did you realize you were writing all love songs?
Quite early. Well, right at the beginning, actually. I was going to say. I was going to say quite early on, but literally at the beginning. I think I was in this. After the whole tour thing, being locked in, just feeling like a spectator thing, I just had a massive existential crisis and was running around doing all these sessions and writing with people, and it was wonderful. As I said, I learned so much, but I did have like a bit of an existential. Felt so detached from reality. I was like, who am I? What am I? What does all this mean? What is life? What is the meaning of life? We're so small. Everything is pointless. Doom. Yeah.
Not true, by the way.
No, well, that's what this argument is kind of arguing against. Is I was trying to whittle my way out. I don't know why I said whittle, but trying to get dig out of this doom hole. And I guess I just looked like you know what, those storms cleared up.
Exactly.
And I was in that house looking over everything. You can see all these like people. You can see people like couples laughing, couples crying, families in a house. Like, sounds a bit creepy.
No, it's cool though.
It's a bit voyeuristic, but yeah, and you see it and you're like, that's where it's at. There are these human interactions happening right here, right now, and the complexity and size of those human interactions and that love between all those people just swallows the size of the universe whole. Like, it's so massive and powerful and important, and that's what I started writing about.
Hello, beautiful human. Every year, millions of gamers experience IGSS, inadequate gaming setup syndrome. Luckily, a cure has been found. You have to go beyond. With the Vibrasonic mattress by Beyond Sleep. This thing has 6 built-in subwoofers, USB ports for charging, LED lights so you never stub your toe. It gives you an acoustic massage when you want it, plus adjustable degrees of comfort. This right here is the best way to game ever. Cure your IGSS today at BeyondSleepTech.com.
So,
Okay.
what song is the first song you write?
The first song was White Roses, which is track 8 on the record. Yeah, it's it's quite a sad one. It's just about, they're all quite sad actually. I was thinking, I just went to did a playback the other day and played the album for some people. I was like, this is sad.
Did you realize that while making it?
I think I did while making it, but you very quickly go a bit like, numb is the wrong word, but you just become slightly immune to it quite quickly. People always say the good songs happen fast. They do happen fast because you kind of see the whole way through the tunnel.
Totally.
Yeah. You have the lyric, then you're like, oh, I know what the sound needs to be under that lyric. I know what the chords need to be to tell this story. I know what drums are going to sit under that, and you just put it all together, and it comes out like what comes out easily. I don't know. I don't know. Something. Insert metaphor here, but it. Yeah, that one just came first. I don't know why they came fast, but that one did come first. It's about and maybe there's something in that. The reason it came first, I've never thought about why it came first. But it's about basically realizing that you can't be who someone wants you to be. You love this person so much, and you know that they love you, but something isn't right inside of you. It feels like a bit of a lie somehow to keep that relationship going, and you know you're going to break their heart, and knowing that you're going to break their heart, that breaks your heart, and that's where that song begins.
Hard situation to be in.
Yeah, thinking about it, trying to explain it is it's quite sad, but it's optimistic at the same time. I guess it's saying that experience in itself is still wonderful. Like, at least you had that. That's amazing.
Did you need to hear that?
What, me saying that right now?
I mean, in the song, there's a reason why you put it out there.
There's on some level, I'm sure. Yeah. Maybe it was me trying to make myself feel better about something when you're in a room alone eating eggs every day, like your brain goes to weird places, and I think you start to like relive memories and start to dissect them a little bit.
Yeah, reflection.
Yeah. You kind of live off the nostalgia when you're
Yeah.
not able to go out into the world, maybe.
Oh, 100%. I mean, dude, COVID was a huge example of that.
That was a huge example of that. Everyone dove right back into their past, didn't they?
Yeah, where we've been, not where we're going and where we're at.
Well, no one could
You
could
couldn't-
go anywhere.
Yeah, you couldn't palate the reality.
Saying that, I've heard stories of people here in LA. They're like, "Oh, I went for a nice sunny run every day with my dogs, and then I went to the beach."
Well, you had a song change the world at that time. That's crazy shit. That is crazy to like, because there's a lot of hits during that time, but very few have stuck around still to this day, you know?
I wonder if it's going to give everyone this like kind of, if it's going to start coming on the, if it comes on the radio, you hear it in a gas station, give people this like flashback, this post-traumatic flashback to,
By the way, studies will be done on that. Okay.
Right
oh
back,
my
guys.
God.
Yeah. But it is do you feel the timeless energy around that song?
Is there a timeless energy around it?
I mean, how are the checks?
I don't know. It's not about the checks. you know?
Oh, that's a good indication of its timeless energy or not.
Yeah. It's a weird one because for me, it's like it's the most personal song off the last record. And it's like at the end of the album too. It's not like, I was like, this is too sad. I don't know if this is good. I really liked it. I thought it was my favorite song on the record, I think, because it's like, for me, the most emotionally punchy one. And that tends to be my like gauge. If it makes me like, if it hits me in the heart, that's the one for me. And it did that. But I thought it might be too much of that to like do what it did. Just because sometimes people, when you listen to the radio, you don't want to you don't want to cry the whole time. That'd be awful.
Yeah, but you disguise those lyrics well. Like you really got to listen to it a couple times to get the full story. It's such a flow and vibe. Like you really get lost in it.
Yeah, maybe I didn't pronounce the lyrics.
By the way, that is something that is, not my producer came to me and she's like, I've had to listen to and I've listened to the album twice. But she's like, I've listened to this album so many times because I could not, the diction. And I have a bunch of lyrics. Just want to get them all right.
Oh, good. I mean, I think maybe that's a bit of like, I'm trying to hide behind something a little bit there.
Interesting.
Yeah, now that you say it.
Because you have good diction in person,
I try. I've been told it's terrible, so I've been working on it a little bit.
No, it's good right now.
Is it? You can understand me?
Yeah.
See, that's good. I used to just mumble the whole time.
But so you're telling, interesting. You do it as like maybe like a little bit of a guardedness, like a little bit of a defense mechanism in your records.
Yeah, I guess you can hide behind it if you kind of blur the words a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Are you,
Maybe subconsciously I was doing it. That's the thing.
what are you thinking?
I'll say, is that why you started using auto-tune and filters on your voice in the first place?
Big time, especially on the previous album. This album has a lot less, there's still some like filtering and distortion on certain songs, but on the previous record, the auto-tune, that was the last record, Dreamland, was like the most personal record at that point, and I was shy about it. So that's what I did, yeah. In retrospect, it makes it a lot easier because it kind of depersonalizes it.
Well, I've heard you say you also don't like the sound of your own voice, so if you put a filter on it, it kind of separates you from the person singing.
Yeah, doesn't sound like you. But that's a cheap trick. I shouldn't do that anymore. Yeah, it's an easy way out.
Yeah.
But it is still you, and are the songs ripped from your reality? Like, are they your stories?
Yeah, the previous album, yeah. First album, very abstract. Second album, very, like, it was other people's stories that I'd kind of met along the road and kind of identifying with those people's stories. Third album, memories, quite very personal. And then this album is like recent, hardcore, intimate, personal stuff. But I've slightly abstracted a lot of it. Like, it kind of, I don't know how to explain it. Kind of, there's like these abstractions and general, kind of, maybe they just go a step for, like the first song, for instance, it's about a relationship I was really close to, Show Pony, and it's about these two characters. Like the first relation. It's the first song on the album. It's like a table of contents almost. The first relationship, the first blueprint of love any of us have is probably whatever relationships we're exposed to growing up. Be it like a mum and dad, or like a friend and partner, uncles, all that, you know, your older brother, that kind of thing. And Show Pony is an example of one of those relationships, and it kind of goes through all the ups and downs, presents all the different sides of love, all the complexities of it. But then it takes it to another level, and one of the characters sets the other one on fire in an act of revenge and smiles. And that's like, that didn't happen.
That's good to know.
It's like a what if, and there are a lot of what ifs in this record. Yeah, what if this happened differently? What if this happened differently?
Why did you personally need to explore those what ifs?
I think it was the existential crisis, man. Like, I had a big existential crisis sitting in that house, thinking about what it all,
Teetering on death, literally.
looking into the eyes and the jaws of death. I had an existential crisis, and you just start to think, what if I did this differently? Why, like, but I guess the ultimate conclusion is like,
Building your online business?
No.
Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a single integrated platform. Add products. Showcase them dynamically.
that probably doesn't matter. You can spend all day, all night thinking about what if and keep you awake forever.
Yeah.
Thinking, what if you did this little thing differently? But at least, you know, it's still a beautiful, absolutely beautiful thing that happened the way it happened.
What do you blame for your existential crisis?
I think I blame the. It's going to sound bit mean. Maybe I blame the pandemic a little bit, but and then the
Yeah, I
kind of
think we all
aftermath of
blame
that, and the way that
pandemic,
we had
like
to,
COVID-19.
yeah, the way that we had to respond to it, being in that bus the whole time and not really experiencing the reality of things.
Yeah.
Everything just felt very surreal, just felt very detached from everything for a very long time, because that was you know, everything was happening over Zoom. It wasn't real. I wasn't like, normally you go out, you're meeting people, you're like at the shows, you go meet people afterwards, you go to a bar afterwards, you're hanging out and you see
Yeah, I think we all
the
blame
reality of it.
and pandemic.
It just didn't.
Like,
We didn't have that for a long
like
time.
in
I think that was a
2020 though.
big thing. And then there was the death.
because like
in the
artists,
house.
like
That was also-
that
that was also a big
artists,
part of the
a lot of their
existential
show
crisis.
is back during.
Is there a song off this record that gives you the same emotional feeling that you got from Heat Waves? And do you search for
Like-
that when you're making music after
like
finding it
like,
and feeling
they're
it and
all-
realizing what that actually means?
it seemed like
Yeah,
big
well,
videos
that's
recording.
another good question. I think Heat Waves
put them out,
gave me a lot of like confidence
and
to be
then
more personal.
going and
Maybe that's the way to phrase it. It made me feel like
artists.
the reaction to that song was obviously amazing,
Plus, they can't
and
experience
unexpected.
things like usual.
I thought it might be too
happened?
personal, but it kind of
People
But
love
on
that.
your
People
night,
are attached deeply
sometimes-
to like really,
then-
really, really minor details and like
And then
personalization and like
they go
the
on
deeper it
next
is,
one, and
the
then
more understood somebody
everything.
feels.
yeah, I guess I didn't really see that before. But the response from that, the response from like from everyone on that really gave me a kind of push to just be more comfortable doing that, to be more personal in writing. And so this whole album is a lot more personal. It's a lot more in the vein of Heat Waves, in that it's on the nose and it's honest, and it is pretty, aside from those crazy extrapolations where people set each other on fire, it is very honest, true stories that is like very, very intimate and personal.
So is there a song that you've got the same feeling with Heat Waves that you got this time around?
I think when I was writing, I'm trying to think back to writing Heat Waves now. There's another one that happened very quickly, and you just see the end of the tunnel, and you just go through it, and like an hour later, you're like, whoa, it's done, I think. And I'll be honest in saying that all of the songs in this record did happen like that. They were all very fast and very like, it just came really weirdly naturally in the way that Heat Waves did. Not to say that they're like the same or going to do the same thing or anything, just like heat waves gave me a real confidence to embrace that that honesty, and I think it was actually maybe quite easy to be honest.
Creatures in Heaven, great record. 3 a.m, be in the moment, here in a moment, free in a moment.
Yeah, that's just about how like sometimes these tiny little, even though it's like a
I'll be
second
right
or
back,
half a
guys.
second or something, can be like the most like formative, huge thing that's it can just change your life trajectory. This tiny little thing, it's like a second.
It's nuts.
And well, I think it's just true. I mean, I've had that. I don't know if you have.
Oh, total, 100%.
have?
Yeah, a collection, a bunch of them.
Right?
Is there one that sticks out to you? I mean, there has to be more than one.
I mean, there's loads. This, I think, Creatures in Heaven sort of touches on one specific one, but also includes lots of different. You know, it alludes to that general feeling across a lot of different moments.
Something else. What are you thinking?
What would you say is the biggest difference between Dreamland and then I Love You So Fucking Much?
Whoa, you're making me think here. This is good. I think the difference is
I'm back, guys.
it is a lot. It's got this very like intimate, personal, right now kind of
Yeah.
mentality that Dreamland
Yeah.
didn't. Dreamland very much focused on the past, and this album is about yesterday. Like it was written actually almost exactly a year ago. I was here in LA doing that record, May 2023. Yeah,
That'd be a year ago.
yeah, gosh. My God, time is mad. Since the pandemic, I feel like my sense of time is just screwed.
I don't have one.
Nah.
I just live.
Well, you're in this like
Black box?
box that has no real light in it.
You got to come back. We're redoing this fucking place.
I like it in here.
Yeah.
It feels like a
exposed
studio.
brick. Yeah.
I'm used to it. I'm here. You don't like it?
I want it to feel a little bit more homey and warm.
I think we can get you some plants or something.
I would love a plant.
A yucca. We'll get you a yucca.
Oh, thank you so
Maybe
much.
a dog. You should get a dog. You a
He
dog
has-
guy?
He has
I
too
got-
many.
I rescue dogs. Adopt, don't shop. And if anybody out there needs, help getting a puppy, send me a DM. I foster dogs, and then I have like 4 right now.
Whoa.
Yeah, I got a lot of dogs.
Why don't you bring them in?
We're not allowed to.
What?
I used to have a dog.
What is this place
At
that
our
doesn't
studio
allow
every day.
doesn't allow happiness?
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Do you have a dog?
I've got a dog.
Yeah. What kind of dog you got?
I don't know. He's like a.
Yeah. Okay.
I met
That's
his mum.
crazy.
His mum's like kind of terrier. Looks a bit like a Jack Russell that's been electrocuted.
Sick. Is he rescue?
No. So he came from a lady who's her personal dog
Oh, yeah.
got, and she was
Knocked up, and she had to get.
She was getting rid of puppies, and I've just saw him on Gumtree. Do you have Gumtree here?
No, what is Gumtree?
Oh, it's like Craigslist or something. And he looked into my soul. I was in my pants during the pandemic, looking for happiness somewhere in life, and there he was, a little 5-pound bundle of love. And I miss him.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
you'll be home, Jim, soon.
I will. Yeah. We're going to try and bring him back. I'll bring him next time I come in.
That's hard though to bring him here from the UK, right? Is that where you live?
Yeah. It's tricky.
Yeah,
It's tricky.
yeah,
But
like-
I've got a plan. It's all right.
Don't reveal it here. I feel like the government could be watching.
Really?
I don't know.
They're watching you?
Safety
What have
fucking
you done?
first.
You on some kind of
I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. But I Love You So Fucking Much is waiting for you right now on Amazon Music. If you want to listen, link below, click it, and the entire discography of Glass Animals is waiting for you. Can you explain? I'm sure you've done this 1,000 times. The name, like, is it
I haven't done it 1,000 times actually.
really?
Yeah,
I feel like that's like one of the most basic questions somebody can ask you.
I mean, my mum asked me.
Oh,
She asked me if she asked me if the U was for her, and it's like it's about me. And I was like, no, mum, it's not. It's come on, chill. She also asked. I played the album the other day. She said, "Why are you so sad? What did I do wrong?" She said. I was like, "I'm not sad, mum. You did nothing. You're great." But it is quite a sad. It's a sad record, but sad like optimistic. Yeah, sad happy.
Sad happy is what I got from it.
Yeah, good. Okay, you got the intention. My mum just sees sadness
Well,
in things
she's
in
looking-
general. She could look at a rock and see sadness.
See the frown.
If your mom's not the you, who is the you?
The U is big. This is what I told my mom. Is the U is very big. It's like each song on the record is a different story, different side of love. All the good, bad, hate is a type of love. You know, it's complicated, and each song is meant to touch on a different side of it. And so the U is to all those people and all those songs, but the U is also to the album, which is like a child of mine. You know, it did a lot. I almost felt like writing it was like a therapeutic process. So it's to the album, and it's also to like the U is like love itself, and it is to everyone who listens to the record as well, who's made it possible to even write another record. It's just big. It's a massive, huge U that's all encompassing.
The universal you.
Universal U. It's a big U. It's just I was trying to think of the kind of biggest expression of love that you could say, and that was it. I love you so fucking much. But am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I've done it now. So
Saw the slight panic in your eyes.
yeah, send me the check to sign for the fine. But what was I going to say? I also like that, like, depending on how you say it, it takes on quite a different meaning. You can say like, I love you so fucking much. I love you so fucking much. Like, it can be like happy, sad, scary, all the things. I think it kind of touches on all the different sides of love in itself as a title.
On the Run. I wish I could keep my loafers clean for a minute. You talk about having fake mustaches. So what are you in disguise?
Yeah, that song is.
Easy.
I'm sure you've maybe
That's
not
crazy.
been in this place, but where you just feel like you can get it right. You just keep fucking shit up, and you just can't get it right. Be it in a relationship or like with a family member or something. Just keep shit in the bed, and the song basically says that I found an easy way out, and it's to just fake my own death, and and fuck off. So I'm swearing a lot now that you've told me that. I'm British. I'll stop.
You're a weird British person, though. You're like also from College Station, Texas, right? Or-
Yeah, you've done your digging.
Yeah, you have like a really unique story. I didn't expect you to come in here with an accent, to be honest with you.
What did you think I'd sound like?
I had no idea because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're very
Honestly, I
your
had no
history
idea
shows
what
like
you asked
super American. But then also like right at 11 you go to the UK?
Yeah, it was like 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like very formative years, obviously.
Very formative years, but I kind of grew up with all the food and all the things that you're probably nostalgic about. Did you grew up in America?
Oh, fuck you.
Where did you grow up?
Where else am I from?
I mean,
People smell the American on me like from a mile away.
I thought so. I saw Reptar and I was like, he's been watching Rugrats.
New Jersey.
You from Jersey?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, wicked. A lot of my family lives in Jersey.
Really?
Yeah. So I actually was born in Massachusetts.
Cool.
In this, Worcester, Massachusetts.
Of course.
Of course.
Yes.
Of
yes.
course.
I don't think that's an of course. I don't think.
Of course I know Worcester, Massachusetts.
Really?
Fuck yes. We were on the radio all over there. I know very obscure places in the country. It's
Okay. Well, I was from a little place called Grafton near Worcester, Massachusetts.
cool.
And my mum used to drive me to Jersey, drop me at my auntie's house
Taste.
every summer, and I'd spend my summers in Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey.
Yeah.
And then you go from College Station, Texas to the UK.
Yeah. My accent was mad.
Yeah,
I
wild.
had like the the kind of Worcester thing, and then I moved to Texas, had a bit of the Texan thing. My dad's Welsh. I don't know if you heard that accent.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's got the kind of British Welshy accent going on. And my mum has a very strong kind of Middle Eastern accent, and so all of that combined to give me the most hideous accent that anyone's ever had. And when I came to England, I opened my mouth at school, and everyone was like, "What are you?" So I just hit reset. and I started afresh. I went full Hugh Grant.
Do you feel more British or American?
It's a really good question. I don't know. I actually don't know at this point. I feel like when I come to America, I'm like, oh, I love so many things. This just reminds me of my childhood. Like my roots are here, and then England is where my mum is now, and my dog. Like it's and a lot of my friends are in England. So, but my roots are here. You know, I do feel quite. I've got the passport.
Yeah. Dude, that's gold. You're a dual citizen, eh?
Hey, yeah, what? That's Canadian coming out there.
No, I'm not.
No.
I wish. I wish I had a dual passport. I wish I was a dual citizen somewhere.
You know what?
That's power.
Absolutely fucking useless.
Nah, that's not true. You can go wherever you want. And if you need free healthcare, you take a trip across the pond.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good point. I can get the NHS, but other than that,
Could be worse.
maybe at the airport there sometimes is a slightly shorter queue.
Yeah, that's sick. You get to decide. That's pretty cool.
Yes, I get to decide in that one very small, completely insignificant moment which queue I join. Yeah.
Sick. What are you thinking?
Where does like your psychedelic influence come from?
I mean, I grew up listening to my parents' records, and that was a lot of. I mean, it was the Beatles, but definitely the more later psychedelic side of the Beatles. White Album, Revolver.
Exactly.
Those. I mean, they're quite psychedelic. You know, you've got tracks like Tomorrow Never Knows. That is it's trippy. That's trippy. So there's a lot of listening to that growing up, and then guitar was the first instrument I learned. A lot of psychedelic guitar songs going on. So yeah, that was kind of what I gravitated towards growing up.
And it's gotten you the nickname Wavy Davy.
Yeah.
You like that?
I'm gonna regret writing that. Yeah. Even my mum calls me that now.
Does it really?
Yeah. I'm never gonna escape it. Yeah.
So what production-wise did you try differently on this album than previously?
It's quite different. Last record was really trying to dig into like it's about memories. It's kind of digging into like the songs and stuff I listened to growing up, which was a lot of the Beatles, but also I grew up in Texas when people like Dr. Dre was really blowing up, and Missy Elliott and Snoop, and a lot of like Timbaland productions were on the radio, and Eminem was huge. So I was like 12 and really into that, which is
That's crazy.
probably not bad parenting in retrospect.
Yeah, before
But
all that, nowadays.
that was like really formative sound for me. And then all the Beatles stuff, and that was kind of combined on the last record. This record is it came from that existential crisis, and I kind of framed that existential crisis as outer space. Like the biggest thing in the universe is the universe. So the whole backdrop of this record is outer space. And it's meant to sound like space, but a retro futuristic. So all the instruments I made the album on were from the 60s and 70s. They were meant to sound like the future. So
That's cool.
yeah, so it's this like existential backdrop of space, but it's meant to. I thought it'd be really powerful to like have these really intimate love stories. That I guess the whole argument is against the existential crisis.
Yeah.
So you're kind of juxtaposing the whole time the most intimate thing in the universe versus the biggest existential crisis you could possibly have. The sound of the crisis. Yeah.
I Love You So Fucking Much is waiting for you. Click the link below. It's on Amazon Music. Damn. It's a great album. 10 songs. It's a great listen.
Yeah.
It's nice. It flows.
Thanks. Yeah. We thought a lot about the track listing.
It's really good. They flow into one another. It feels cohesive.
Oh, I'm glad. The first song, as I said, it's like table of contents, starts kind of earthy,
Exactly.
and then it goes up into space, into the existential crisis, and then comes back down. The last song is called Lost in the Ocean. So like, spaceship lands in the ocean. And,
Are you the spaceship?
well, you got to listen, ask that question.
You can listen to the album. It's waiting on Amazon Music. You good?
A couple random questions.
Yeah.
Did you ever think that pineapples would be such like a big thing in the band's, I don't know, whatever to call it, like existence?
No.
And is
No,
that
no.
just a reference
No.
to pork soda?
Frankly, frankly, it got so out of hand.
Pineapple
I can't-
is
I-
crazy.
I struggle to wrap my head around it. There were festivals like banning pineapples because there were so many people bringing pineapples, sneaking pineapple. Not even dangerous. I don't know why they banned it, but very healthy. Good. People need to eat at festivals. Like a lot of people, I've been to festivals in England, and people need the vitamin C that is in the pineapples. So it's really bad they took them off them. But it just got totally. It started as a joke. Someone brought a pineapple to a show. This is the first album. This precedes that song.
So you referenced pineapple before Pork Soda.
Yeah, there's one on the album cover, the first album cover.
Oh, that's
and Pork
right.
Soda was album 2. So someone brought a pineapple to a show, and I put it on a guitar amp, and then it just became like a
thing
that has destroyed the entire like farming capacity of pineapples in the world. Yeah.
Pineapple.
You're responsible for the surge in demand for pineapples?
Yeah, the Dole market share price has probably rocketed off the back of that.
What's it like to have so much power? It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's real power.
Listen to I Love You So Fucking Much. It's waiting for you on Amazon Music. We really appreciate you, Wavy Davy.
It's such a pleasure. Thanks. That was it was really fun.
Yeah, come back whenever you want.
I'll come. Yeah, if you tell me when,
We're always here.
I'll come. If there are dogs next time, I'll definitely come.
I'll figure it out. I got enough of them.
All
You
right.
good?
Well, I know you've talked about it, but can you tell us the connection between Heat Waves and Johnny Depp?
Oh whoa. I keep forgetting that was a thing. I mean,
I just learned about it. And I was like, I
You did?
was never expecting that to be a
I
thing.
wasn't expecting it. It was super weird. It's possible that it was a dream.
What?
No, it wasn't a dream. It definitely wasn't a dream. I wrote that song in a studio in North London, and I thought it was super late at night. I thought I was alone, and I was just started playing the guitar, wrote the guitar part, and then the vocal just came out and did it. And like an hour later, had the song. I was like, cool, this sounds pretty good. I'm just going to listen down, push play, blasting it out the speakers, and the song finishes, and I hear someone behind me, like kind of tapping away on something, and I turn around, and all I can see is this hair, and like a glass of wine coming out from underneath the hair. And I was like, whoa, holy shit, there's someone in the room. Who are you? And they swiveled around their chair, and it was Johnny Depp. And I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing here? How did you get here? It turned out he was looking for the bathroom. He was working. There was another artist upstairs that he must have been friends with, and he got lost and just wandered in, decided to sit down and chill. And then he did a couple. He did an impression of George W. Bush.
What?
It was uncanny, and that was about it. And he was like, gotta go.
He just vanishes?
He just snapped his fingers, and it was just like puff of smoke. He was gone.
And he was like one of the first people to ever hear the song.
I think he was the first person to hear that song.
That's crazy.
Yeah, aside
Wild.
from myself. Yeah, it's pretty weird. It's pretty weird. I don't know if he liked it. I should have asked him, really. He just started talking at me, and I was just like, oh. Yeah. Very odd.
That is one of the weirdest stories I've ever heard.
It's super weird. I still
That's
don't quite
weird.
believe it myself, but it's like, yeah, it's true.
No, I
Have
don't
you met him
know
again
about
since that?
No.
No.
And you never will.
No, I don't.
I don't
He
even know if you
definitely
want
wouldn't
to.
remember me. I'd like, yeah.
There's no way. Like, do you think he hears that song moving forward? Like, because he does, right? Like, he's existing in the world. The song's everywhere. I wonder if he puts two and two together.
I doubt it for some reason. He's busy.
Well, Johnny. Yeah? Well, Johnny Depp, if you have TikTok,
You ask him.
You see this. Yeah. Let us know.
Ask him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, pretty wild. Pretty wild.
The universe
Yeah.
is wild. Listen to the album. I Love You So Fucking Much. There's a link below waiting for you. You good?
Yep, my friend just wanted me to tell you that he will walk down the aisle to Gooey when he gets married.
No way.
Yeah, this has been his favorite song since like came out in 2014.
That's a really weird song to walk down the aisle.
I know. He loves it. He said he will walk down the aisle to Gooey the day he gets married.
I'll say he's got to send me a video because I just want to see that.
Yeah.
And see the reaction of, I don't know if he's planning on having like a big wedding, little wedding, whatever, but the people watching will be weirded out,
They're
and I
like,
want to see that.
They're like, what is this?
Yeah.
He's kind of like a hippie guy, so it kind of makes sense.
Oh, then maybe it'd be okay.
Yeah.
Maybe everyone would be like, great choice. It's so weird. I love it. So cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Wait.
Excited for him.
Wavy Davy, thank you.
Such a pleasure. Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, Wavy
Really fun.
Davy, everybody. Glass animals.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, I hope you find this nice. Out as soon like if I can. I will see you all there, guys. Bye, guys.